Do you remember that experience?
Yo, I do.
How did that make you feel?
I can attend the show Jovali did glitch technically. Mine was the worst. I think Luana's it was the worst. Glory and honor belongs to you.
And the sound would go bah.
My mother, my biological mother is not a pastor. My pastor, the pastor came Mamolwak. So I just that I grew up in that house and everybody thinks so that's how it is. So and I've come to terms to accept her. But PK, this is one conversation that always makes me emotional. It was one difficult year and season for me. I said Jeff 22 December 2020 and Mama Bishop I talk about like 25. But, you know, a couple of days bashala namrao.
I assumed you take over the church and you run it.
Everybody thought so.
Yeah.
As we know, we have our elder sister. It's just that Baraka behind the scenes. You couldn't notice her, but she was working closely to Mama, the late Bishop Matang. When God took them, I and the wife to Pastor Jeff, we knew Horses Annie was the right person for this for the church. We are there to assist her.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in once again, and please keep supporting us. We appreciate the support and the comments, especially on YouTube. I'm your boy, your uncle, your brother, Brato, and today we've got a dynamite. We said concentrated anointing is in the studio today, but before we go there, we just need to send a special thank you to everyone who watches us. We finally reached our 1,000 milestone on YouTube and 16,000 followers on TikTok. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We could not have done this without you. And I know people are thinking, who is this anointing? We've got all the way from Polokwane. But just before you get to Polokwane, Momo Kopani. First, skin, then toll gate. Yeah, when you get there, turn left, there's a powerhouse, a dynamic woman of God. Come here. How are you, my sister? I'm sure Oma is she talking about me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you already told gate. I'm like,
but when you go there, your toll gates, ne?
Yo, Mara, yeah.
Ne?
Yeah,
plastic, it's about Friday. Yeah, Friday. That's why you feel the purpose.
Well, everybody goes home. Everybody Yes.
Well, thank you very much for coming through. Is your name only Kgaogelo?
No. That's my middle name.
I wanted you to say. You can still be so on stage. But why Kgaogelo? You know why I'm asking you this, right? Every time I can I think because the first time I met you, this is Kgaogelo. I was looking for the guy.
Kgaogelo, I had a story of my late mother, Bishop Matang, Mama actually. When I was born sick and I was so tiny, and they declared the grace Kgaogelo Mudimo upon my life, and that's how the name came by. Or Oki the Kgaogelo Mudimo. So that's why I came.
But the name is royalty by itself.
Of course.
Why didn't you use that name?
I don't know. It also has something behind, a story behind. I had a story also for when I was born, my grandfather, then Bagina Comfort,
my goodness, same with me. Somebody was dying, they named after. The great comforters.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. And you from Mokopane? Yes.
Yeah.
Mokopane.
Moshate. I know.
No, I said Kamushate.
You said Kamushate. Now,
but Moshate
village.
Oh, I thought Kamushate. I get has cooking.
Has cooking.
I thought it was the same.
No. Kiki Moshate.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you were celebrating 33 years of grace.
Of Cause I'm thinking, yo, what a journey, what a journey. Yo,
Are you excited?
do I mean, it doesn't even feel like I am 33. I don't know, how do we age, man? Like, it doesn't make sense.
And tell us, where did you go to school? I know you grew up in Polokwane.
Yeah.
But you went to school somewhere else.
Sure. Primarily, it's in the live school, but it's in town. And then, yeah.
High school?
Yeah.
Can you have passport?
No, I get to say. Please, guys, I get to be African.
I thought we're taking it there.
No, please, correct.
Okay.
I can only greet you, then that's it.
Yeah,
and sometimes you have a diminish.
Alright.
Yeah, I get in the live school, but then get a computer, go, Kgaogelo Science and Commerce Private High School. Recently, giving a failure when I was in high school, got dropped home, and then my dad was very angry and that, no, come on, change your private. That's how they did vision at school. But yeah, I had to go to college in Polokwane home, and I did my motor mechanics specializing in diesel.
Wow. Did you finish?
Yeah.
And you decided to come and sing?
Yes. No, my father Nanyaka Mwana engineer, and I'm sorry, Bazalwana, I can't. That's just not me. My father used to work on mining.
Yeah.
Usually, I think he was inspired by those young girls working in that industry. So my papa Nanyaka Mwana engineer. I'm like, hey, I used to call him the papi. Hey, papi, no. So, yeah.
But you completed it?
Yes, I did.
But at least you honored your father.
Yeah, and from there I went on raspy level 5, which is paramedic, basic ambulance assistance. And yeah, that's when I stopped studying.
Why didn't you study music?
I wanted to.
How can your dad?
No, when I had Papa Remudire.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I just didn't have. I just didn't know how to go about it. Maybe Lena was lazy to do my homework. Just to be honest, I think I was lazy to do my homework. I wanted to, honestly. Even now, I'm sitting in a space where I want to study. I want to do something, to do with music, just to have that info. Because I think sometimes it's pointless to be in something that you don't have much info, and you just go about it. How do you know this and that? But yeah. I really want to.
You know what? When I listen to you, when you punch your notes, like I can just imagine, had you gotten that musical training, whether it's classical or jazz,
Nothing.
like you would have, like it would have taken you, already you are there, it would have taken you all the way. Like I listen to you, man. This person could have been, whoever they wanted to be. Yeah?
Honestly, I still study anything.
100%.
I just go around. Can I leave this thing here? I love asking when I don't understand. I think I asked you something earlier on before we came in the studio. Yeah, so I ask if I don't understand. That's just me. Yeah.
And you still stay home, Kgaogelo?
Yes. Based on you know what, guys? I really can't. I can't adjust to the life the other side, honestly. Because I feel like, because I was sharing this with somebody a few hours back here, I feel like the life the other side is way too fast for me. I won't adjust. I won't. So, I'll just drive and come.
You drive and come, yeah. But your popularity is growing. So, in other words,
the
I drive a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know when she arrived, she's like, no, my driver is nearly there. Levels.
You think it's levels? I'm driving with my little brother, so there's nothing to say about it.
And they put this in we be the But are you married?
No.
We must call this the GRP wedding show.
Bazalwane.
So how so that the message is clear.
And I'm always like this.
No, it's lonely, that thing.
Are you lonely?
But do you want to get married?
Yes, of course. It's every girl's dream.
In this modern time?
Yeah, it's every girl's dream. You know what? Two is better than one. That's what the word says. I don't want to lie. It's every girl's dream that for various reasons, not because people are getting married, not because but every girl, every parent at some stage.
So I want to understand this. Statistics show us that over 60% of marriages end in divorce in the first 2 years. Right? That's the first 2 years. And a lot of marriages don't get to, I think it's about a bit more than that. It's a bit more than that. 5 years are fixed.
Yeah.
And marriage is expensive. You want mahadi.
Of course.
Mahadi, you want it. And then you want a celebration.
You know?
And the job market is very fast.
Yeah.
Do you think you will afford to get married?
If he really wants to make it work, in fact, if we really want to make it work, we are definitely gonna make it work. What's that in Kenya? I always say, Maradi, I say business exchange. No, we're just honoring the parents, and then the other side, like for state side, yabo mama, but understand that my parents, since we understand we are going to start a family. But the guy's side must understand but honor the investment. It's an investment. I mean, imagine
blessings upon blessings.
Yeah, so it honestly it depends on the role as well. I can't remember what they charging or residential school, and now residential school, wasn't it your responsibility as a parent to take the daughter to school? It was. So I had to look count. We are honoring that which you are giving to us.
Yeah. It's the bride price. But I never actually say 10,000. And I'm alone again. Hey, this thing is big. That's an episode by itself. But I was talking to a Buketela and I said, once you go over 30, 33, 34, 35, you start getting married to return soldiers because
while we get married.
Sure. And you came back, so you're a return soldier. So you start getting married to,
Yeah.
There's people who are married before, some of them have kids.
Yeah.
It gets complicated as you go older.
Yeah.
Are you ready for those kind of setup?
I am that one who believes for a partner is from the Lord. If Muduma or assign someone, your marriage will work, whether you return soldier or not. There are people, there are people who get married to people who are younger than them. There are those who get married to return soldiers. There are those who get married to There are those who get married to people who can't bear kids. We name them, but it all depends on the way handle this whole thing. And it can work depending on later and it can also be risky. Marriage is not a problem. Problem is
But are you ready for any eventuality?
Lord, bring it on.
The Lord is listening. You must be specific in your prayers. You must put it out there.
It's difficult. But it's very difficult to say at this time and age.
So you're ready to be a stepmom?
Yeah.
And the last question I have on marriage to you is, do you think you'll be able to fulfill your wife duties? You're getting very popular. You are traveling.
A lot.
It's going to demand a lot from you.
Yeah.
Do you think you are ready to do that?
I can do all things
through Christ.
Through Christ's strength.
And your introduction to church?
Oh, my introduction. I was introduced to church Kisalumunyan. Remember the late Bishop Matsaung Heritage, Nabe Kisalumunyan. But my talent was discovered in 4 years. Now I got an
4 years.
Yeah. Nigel crashing. Okay, let me just elaborate the story. Nigel crashing in the real field trip. When I had to never more real field trip, and then I remember crashing. And my teacher said to me, Masis is my home name. Coach, and I sang Sweet Jesus. I still have the pictures. I'll definitely send them. And then
pause. I don't know if you're gonna hear this, but can we close the windows? It can rather be hot because this guy, decided.
Alright, I took a much sound.
Oh, there we go. But close it, Leo. Oh, God, they're cutting grass just here. I'm thinking it's coming from the windows. We're talking about. Oh,
Church
we're
introduction.
talking about
Crash.
4 years old.
Yes. Should we continue?
Continue. Yes.
Oh yeah, so we were going to a field trip and then my home name came my says, please give us a song. Give a Kopela Sweet Jesus. I was only 4 years old. And that's when my talent was discovered. Go crochet. From there, the late bishop gave me an opportunity to be I was not a worship team. Needed chorus leader. But I'm finding an opportunity to become a chorus leader, go cracking. And it went on and on like that. I remember crusade mama in fact ke mamogolo bishop Matao ga ba ya crusading big travel alena and kopela but was ke munyane ha re rana ke robana I did what I had to. Then so that's how I was introduced to church. I was introduced to church at a very early age, and I grew up Kalapeng Laburu. So most people think I'm a PK. My mother, my biological mother, is not a pastor. My pastor, the pastor came Mamolwak. So I just that I grew up in that house, and everybody thinks so that's how it is. So and I've come to terms to accept her. But I'm a PK.
You're an adopted PK.
Thank you.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I was introduced to church at a very early age.
Evangelical and
Evangelism and healing.
Evangelism and healing ministry.
Ministries, yes. Mama specifically the ministry. She was an evangelist. She was going out, carrying tent, crusades, stadiums, preaching, and what's my evangel? So that's Bishop Matao for you.
No, fortunately, I had the pleasure of traveling with apostles.
Yeah.
Around the country, even outside. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Yes, when I was still a musician, and it gets taxing. So I've got another level of respect for people who can identify a place and say, "No, you're pitching a tent here."
You know, it's some areas in Rio Joana. That woman Mama and she would see a place. I saw a village on my visions, and we need to go. Then you find that place dry. It dry. And would get the picture tent and over the main tent for church service, and over a tent where we are going to sleep. So you find us sleeping tent, and sometimes it would rain, sometimes over the moya, but I don't regret any single bit. Part of that it has groomed me to be the woman I am today.
Is that the some people with a mamrut?
Yeah, they do. Hey.
Is that where it came from?
Yeah, and I was also called Mamrutu Skolong, Kalwakalari SEO, and all that. So I think I assume the kind of minister I am. And okay, yes, I am a musician. So, the rest. Yeah.
But you were heavily involved in the church.
I am, and a lot, hands on, a lot. I've been involved in Barcelona, and I'm still involved now.
Yeah.
And it's too much because they are normal. Barely, we Renale Mama, Pastor Amy now, but I'm the daughter to the late bishop. She fully took over the church, and we are assisting. I and the wife to Pastor Jeff, we are fully assisting her in the ministry. So I am hands on.
Oh, that's why you can't move to Joburg. Niti Firstly, obviously, you get paid. Number one. Number two, you are connected to the church.
A lot.
You grew up there.
Yeah, a lot.
So now, and can you answer this one as a mere human being?
Okay.
Not as Sister Fire Woods. 119. So 2020 was a very tough year for you. Yeah. You lost
Pastor Jeff. Bishop Matao.
Same year.
Yeah.
Due to were they both COVID?
Yeah, it was not proven, but we suspect. The swabs were not taken when they passed on, so we don't really have a solid thing, but we highly suspect that it was COVID. A reason why we suspect is because I was also infected. My mother was infected. My aunt, Mamol Omo, was infected. You, the current pastor says he was infected. So we just had a roller coaster, yeah, this thing, kind of thing. Yeah, this is one conversation that always makes me emotional. It was one difficult year and season for me. Pastor Jeff Kgaogelo Kekana 22 December 2020. How are you not crying today? Come on.
No, you're not.
Pastor Jeff Kgaogelo Kekana 22 and Mama Bishop at 25. You know, a couple of days, Bashala Namrao. We had hope. I remember well, the Pastor Jeff Kgaogelo I drove John Tlong, Sisiam Fonela Wana, Butiahim. I used to call him But. So I Butiahim. And I drove from Kontong, my house, and then I came, go high, goes on. And he was lying peacefully, as if. Arrived, so that he was sleeping there peacefully. I prayed. I reminded God of the works Jamunoki, Pastor Jeff. I prayed for this man. God had other plans. I remember I called a certain doctor. He was shocked and he had not phoned the ambulance, and my little brothers Lona were involved in the thing, in the emergency sector, and then we were phoning friends and then the ambulance reached Bishop Matsong to the hospital. And then yeah, that was it. When we had the memorial service for Pastor Jeff, it was a beautiful celebration. After that, we went home. We were preparing ourselves to lay him tomorrow, for example. Then in the evening, we received a call. But Mama Bishop is no more. And we had to sit and think there already. What are we doing? Rabologa? Or
To do one thing.
what do we do? Like, or we had to think and agree and finalize things here and now. And the final thing was that Arbologi, we're stopping everything, we're stopping the burial, and we will lay them together on the same day to rest. So we basically had two people being laid to rest.
Two
on the same
integral
day.
people
Yes.
in your life.
Yeah. Those two people were my closest. Evenly and Kojak, Pastor Jeff knew me more than my biological mother. He knew me more than everybody else can go. He was my brother, my best friend. What I mean by best friend, I mean I learn about anything. Whether if you like man, I could go to him, hey brah. Yeah. That's how deep our conversations with Pastor Jeff. And it's so nice that the wife now understands that the relationship that I had with my brother. Mama Bishop Matong built me to be the Kgaogelo that you guys see today. That woman used to call me and just talk to me, advise me. As an elderly woman and a naked daughter, she would pray for me and she would tell me things that she sees. And a lot of things that you guys are seeing today, those are the confirmations of the prophecies of Bishop Matong. And when a lot of prophets come, I see and I hear the confirmations. She would literally lay hands on me. She would release blessings on me. She would release, success on me. Those now, they are passing just.
So what I want to ask you is, did that not deal with your faith? And with that, what I'm asking is, it was apostolic and healing.
Yes, evangelism and healing.
Evangelism and healing, yes. And you don't ask questions like, why God couldn't you heal them? Because that's what you...
I think that's an understatement. I questioned God's existence. Yeah, I had to ask him, are you real? then if you are real, I saw you like I saw you healing people right in front of my eyes. I saw you deliver about cancer. I saw you healing me from asthma. I Asthma and COVID are more similar, you know, at the Fabani Val. Why couldn't you?
Correct.
I saw you raising the dead, Mama Bishop Abarapelela. Kontlong, not Gospel guy. In our like then Mama didn't have a church, come rao. So these people babalola never ya kontlong and ke golela. I would be literally there, ke ba lebeletse. And that woman would pray but well, my question to him was that Mudim, are you real? And if you're real, why you pilot to go to shout? It shook me. I don't know why. It took a toll on me. It affected my health. It affected my psychological part. It affected everything. I remember 2021. No. December 2021. I even wrote a statement on Facebook, Karen. 2021, it was Mara to me because I came in cage, but I came back empty-handed. It was a very bitter year for me. Bitter. And it's so hurting as it is, you still have to go to church, bleeding, stand in front of the church. I don't know if people by understand that now. Before you become Kgaogelo the musician, before you become Kgaogelo the pastor, you are a human being. And you get hurt. You still have to go to church and stand in front of them and tell them, guys, God is able, He's faithful. But when you get home, the reality says, Lord, where are you? That's how deep it was. I questioned, like, it's only Renako Iya.
Wow.
I had to come in terms of that was your will, and there's just nothing I can do about it. Yeah. There's nothing I can change.
And you've made peace now?
Nah.
Yeah?
I don't want to lie, no.
Not?
No.
My goodness. You know, when somebody passes away in my family, I can't even sleep.
Yeah, it gets trauma.
You feel like when they'll be here, you know.
Mara where chava cause rabanyaka mara.
Eh?
Where chava rabanyaka mara.
Was the Kobalingo? I'm not here. So it traumatizes me. So I can imagine when it's two people.
I haven't made peace, Leonard. No, I people. I don't want to lie. I'm still dealing with it. I can still go for journey. There are times I'm given a problem. When I don't know Libichang in English, the reflections like when I turn and give feel like
100%. That's what I'm talking about. Feel like
yeah. So let's say I'm still dealing with it. I'm not done, and it hit really hard because then after recently I laid my dad to rest also. So it was a punch after punch for me.
For sure. Okay, Lucas.
Yes.
Kekana.
Yes. My dad. You know, it could have fallen from the side. And now, could I had to? I don't know. I had to learn to live with it.
Yeah.
You don't get healed. Do we even get healed from these things? No.
We get used to the idea.
You learn to live with it. Yeah.
Wow. I hope you find strength, my sister. It's not easy, and fortunately for Facebook, unfortunately, we feel like mutu unalena. Because I've seen your posts about it. I've seen how you write about it. Every year you still post about it, Pastor Chief.
Yeah, I do.
About Mom. And I can imagine what you're going through. So I can only pray and hope that God comforts you. And you have to stay through the process.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no shortcut to this thing.
There isn't. And with us, the difficult part, you don't just stand for yourself. Mara, why the first bond release? Or do you want the first bond detail? Right here or tough?
I'm not the first bond.
It's tricky. Or something okay, nah. o emela kereke ka gore if you break down ko pela one. But I liked something ko Bible-eng e bolela about, is it the Shunammite woman ge Gehazi a tla mmotša gore is everything okay when the son was dead, and that woman wa raba Gehazi gore all is well, a mmotša is everything well, and the woman said it's well, but nothing was okay, the son was dead. And that Shunammite woman knew where to break down, when to break down, and with whom. So you can't just break down everywhere or with anybody.
With anybody.
See, so it's that you have to be strong for the church, for the family. There are those people who level and when you start breaking down,
In a quiet time, it's a reality.
I cry a lot now when I'm alone.
Yeah.
I burst out. I rasa for my healing.
And it works, huh?
Yeah, it really helps.
So as we move away from church, in my understanding, remember it's a very small understanding.
Yeah.
Because I've been to Mukopane twice. Both was for your DVD.
Yeah.
So when I got there, you took us to Bishop's church, né?
Yes.
And I saw how involved you were.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that she passed away, I assumed, plus she was a female pastor.
Yes.
I assumed the natural progression was Kgaogelo is going to take over. That was in my head.
Yeah.
Because I saw how involved you were in their support.
Yep.
I assumed you take over the church and you drive it.
Everybody thought so.
Yeah.
As we know, we have our elder sister. It's just that Baraka behind the scenes. You couldn't notice her, but she was working closely to Mama, the late Bishop Matang. When God took them, I and the wife to Pastor Jeff, we knew Horses Annie was the right person for this for the church. We are there to assist her. We are there holding her that the church might grow and
I don't know if I should ask you, but I'll ask you in any case. There seems to be, I don't want to say it's a trend, but it happens. TD Jakes did it. What Rema?
Oh yeah, Rema Collie
with his son.
Yeah.
Is it okay, or is it how it's supposed to be that pastors leave their churches to their kids?
Okay, I'm just going to express my view on this one.
Yeah.
I believe number one, God appoints people. We can choose people, Marcelo, they are not relevant for whatever. God appoints people, He anoints them for certain things. There are those churches, the pastors passed on, but then our taker over Banababon. It's a total different person who took over. Like Renga Woncharina. We thought after Mama, Pastor Jeff, that was our mentality. Mara, little did we know plan this thing. Barely. It's not a norm or what. He can probably do no bank on. And okay, if I can just be realistic, this one. Muruti ra establish a kreke. It's a calling from Mudim. Kinya mara.
I'll tell you why, ne? I've witnessed it, ne? And as a layman, it seems like in our churches, it seems like it's like a family business now.
No.
The son, especially the son, normally takes over, and it seems like it's been reoccurring, unless if it were AFM, because those are run by boards.
Yes.
But generally, churches.
It's honestly, it's not a norm. I've got, I think, 2 if not 3 churches from Mukopane. The Kgaogelo Kekana and Jake Banabawan. Yeah. And Bomam they're still there. But I did Jake Banabawan, and things are still going on.
Either way, you're okay with it.
We are, and the church is okay. How we felt about it, it was heavenly confirmed. I knew whom, was supposed to take over after Pastor Jeff. And the church understood it. Like, it was easy for them to grab it because they knew Sis Annie. We call her Sis Annie, Murti Annie. They knew her she was a preacher of the word, Woman Barcelona, and she's still doing it. Bishop, I love that woman, man. Obarafadi platform kakrekeng alone, and she would sit down and we would preach. So Annie was part of us. She would also preach Sunday studying when we would also go to tent crusades and we would preach in those areas. So it was not Ndoro Makaja as such.
No. But is she still aligned with
The vision.
the evangelic and
the healing.
She
specializes in evangelism now.
all right. No, as long as she's
Yeah.
Because it it raises eyebrows, nyana,
Yeah.
Then you start asking, I think church is it a family business or no? But I'm not saying with you. I'm just saying general.
I understand.
When you see those things, is
The
it
question
church?
is, yeah.
So
No. She's why evangelize.
ne,
Preacher just wavo.
ne.
Maranat. Yeah. That's the message.
Not really matter, Kwane.
Okay.
Let's go to your music a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we go to your music, we need to touch on a very sensitive.
Yeah.
How many albums did you do before you did your DVD recording?
2.
2 albums, eh?
In fact, Rebelli did demo 2.
Yeah.
And then Rebelli 2 professional albums. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with the before we get there. So how I met Kgaogelo, we met at Polokwane, through Pastor Patu.
Yes, but
He was he your manager?
my CEO.
He was your CEO. All right. So through Pastor Patu, and Patu came and said, "No, could you come and help us with we're doing a DVD?"
Yeah.
No, we took Kgaogelo to studio, and she's a dynamite. We decided we have to do a recording. So I came there to check the hall, and we set up the lights, and there was somebody else doing sound.
Yeah.
And remember, we arrived
A
a day before,
Yeah.
did everything, and said, "No, the sound guy is coming in the morning."
Yeah.
So we went to sleep. We arrived there. The sound guy came.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you this that I didn't tell. I told Pastor Patu.
Yeah. Pastor Patu, yeah.
As they were setting up, I said, "Pastor Patu, you need to make a plan with sound."
Yeah.
Alright, it's powerful. It's either you trust me or you don't. I said, no, don't worry, don't make a plan. Then after that, I told myself I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Because the game over now, what's happening in front of me. And the setup went on. Sound check took the whole day.
I remember.
From 10 o'clock, I think, until 5 o'clock.
I remember.
It was still sound check. And I was a Taki. What was Taki doing? Was
He was my producer.
Producer, ne?
Yes.
I was with Taki, and remember, Band of God was there.
Yes.
And they were frustrated. So they would get off stage. And I would sit with them, "Bruh, what are you doing with the sound?" So everyone who came on knew me, I was like, "Guys, I'm not doing sound." I had to start there. And we got to a point where I said to Taki, "There's nothing more that can be done with the sound.
Yeah.
We'll have to start because we're supposed to start at 6. We started
at 7.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. We said, Taki, there's no point. So Bazalani came. They filled up that hall. And it was great. And I can't remember which song you started with.
Glory and honor.
Yes, when you started with that song, the sound would switch off.
Yo.
And then, do you remember that experience?
Yo, I do.
How did that make you feel?
At first, I thought maybe technical glitch, it will be fixed.
Yes.
And then gradually, hey, Mara, the way it happened.
Yeah.
It was frustrating. Let me just be honest with you. It was frustrating. I remember the late Kgaogelo, Frank Light. May his soul rest in peace. He came at some stage because he read the record for the second, if not third time, backstage. He found me literally crying. Crying, excuse me. No. Baruti Barape. I couldn't even hear. It seems like he ordered Baruti in the church, in the hall rather, to pray. And he was like, Baruti. I didn't hear that part. No, relax. It was frustrating. I cried. Even I was at that point, you know what, go to that back door and go home. There's a back door, go home. Just use this back door and walk your way out. That's how I felt. Literally. Kore, I can get in the little show, glitch technically. Mine was the worst. I think Luana's it was the worst. Glory and honor belongs to you.
And the sound would go bah. And I look at the sound guy. And there was a point, because when he ran, because I told him, when he ran, I was sitting backstage. I was sitting in the front. And it got to a point where I was like, I can't sit anymore. I remember running backstage, and I find you sitting, holding a mic. You're wearing a purple dress.
Purple dress.
Holding a mic like this. I could not look at you. My heart, I said, okay, how do we best help this man? So it happened so much that there was a time I felt like crying. Because I was like, it can't be, because I understand what it takes to have a DVD. Rehearsals, musicians, it's a lot.
Prayers, you name them.
You know?
A lot that comes behind.
Correct. And it got to a point where I said, okay, how can you help me? What's the problem?
I'm telling you, I almost left. There's a back door. Trust me.
No, I remember.
I almost left. It was frustrating. It was that was the most traumatic experience here, show or recording. And I remember after that recording, I said to I had made peace law or something called you don't have a recording actually. You don't have a recording. You made a beautiful show with beautiful lights and beautiful band. I can't even drink the lighting. You with the proper band, you had everything proper. Just admit and accept that it was a show. There's no recording. Nikki, I was making peace, Leon, not all.
Because if I remember correctly, there's not one song that started and finished.
No. All 16 tracks. All of them.
My goodness. And there was a point. So this guy was doing sound. He was using MacBook as a laptop, as a sound desk.
Yeah.
So pastors decided, no, we need to pray for the sound. There's a evil spirit here. Don't laugh. And then they started praying.
Yeah.
So now I had my lighting desk there. And when they got there, they couldn't see the sound desk. So they thought, this is a sound. They started praying for my lighting desk. Pastors had hands on it. So I had to go outside. I was like, now can you sit here?
My demon for lighting desk.
They were praying for the lighting desk. They're praying for the lighting desk. So now the question I have to ask you is, do you think as Christians, that's the way to go? Feeling like we need to pray for such things. I mean, suppliers just need to you need to get a good supplier and pay them.
What's our king? Let's be honest. We don't have to be spiritual about everything.
100%.
Let's be realistic. If you're doing a recording, I always say this to Watowa. I do share the story. I'm not afraid to talk about it. I mean, when it comes to the whatever you're experiencing on my live DVD recording, or get proper people to do proper stuff for you. Oscar Jofa Pate, pay them. What for fellow teacher? You pray for them. All one in your secret place. I pray for the sound. I pray for the lighting. I pray for Mara action now. I be real. Pay them and no proper proper. I can tell you. After that, I recorded an EP, and we pushed to whatever that we had to pay. And I'm telling you, there's nothing you can tell Langayana. It's proper. Have you ever gone into a studio and knock everything in a night and you just get there,
You just do
plug
your
your in-ears,
Yeah.
the backings, the mola, and we did a live in studio.
Yeah.
Everything is proper and we're running, no cuts, nothing. All 5 songs, boom, done. And yeah, because we went all out already. Not again.
Not
We don't
again.
want that experience
And
again.
I'm saying before it goes to not again, and I always fight with artists about this, and they don't get it. Because guys, you take 4 months, whatever, however long time, to prepare for this rendition,
Yeah.
and on the day, you want us to one day with this budget.
Reason why Khomotso, you see me quiet. I can make a PCM tomorrow. Honestly, I can make a pressure. I was discussing this the other time. Pressure. We are going to do things in our own pace and welcome budget and people will be like, how long you DVD? Like in the back of my mind, I'm paying 300,000.
I'll do it, no
I'm
problem.
paying 3K,
Yeah.
300K.
Yeah. Yeah.
People don't understand, or there's a lot that comes behind.
Oh, there's a lot.
If there's money, that must work. And when I say 300, I'm just saying it because key minimum.
Keep minimum.
Honestly.
I was about to say yes.
Key minimum. You can at least pay 50% of Lucho Nyagango party like at 300. I mean, that's if we're talking proper
things.
Yeah.
Correct.
Jolly, we can't pretend these things dinyaka chelet.
And the sad part is, you don't even know if you'll get that money back.
If you dare, Mara, if you dare go with that mentality, yeah, already, Kito Bushazak, Udo better stroke.
Ne?
Daylight.
But there's a saving grace to the story.
Yeah.
Manyeloi.
And let me just say this. I am very grateful to Pastor Patricio Ayazivani. That was risky. And the faith he had on me. But Uzivani, Dr. Kwashaba, Lita Kindo, those people had faith in me. But
Yeah.
I'm very grateful. It's because they made an effort to it.
Yeah.
We shouldn't forget that part.
Very important. Yeah.
Hectic as it was, there's something good that was born in it. So Mangeloi came. If I could just share the stories of Mangeloi.
Go for it.
Yeah. Mangeloi, I once fell. I thought YouTubers not tell. I once fell, Kilgo Jimmy, and then had snow.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Or treadmill around.
I dream of it.
Get treadmill, a little more treadmill.
No, nigga aerobic.
Oh, okay.
Aerobics. I love aerobics.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, kawa. I can snacks. Then I fell. I just know. I was okay. I even continued. Then I went home. I remember Nikile session in the afternoon. I went home. Now the following morning when I had to wake up, it was a problem for me to wake up. When I got the reports to your doctor, I fell and then affected my back. Sorry. Then my teaching.
Manifest.
No. Then Hakiwa.
Yeah.
It affected my back, but I didn't know. Then got told about problem with my back. Okay, doctor, Nkisha physio, Nkisha neurosurgeon, and the last option was that we need to operate. Yeah, this was the report. The disc just fall from the bottom. I got in Nasol and then over the disc in between the bones. So need separated. That's why every time I get an surgery or go doctor, the doctor will be like, "How old am I?" I'm like, "Yeah." Because of the report study, MRI, and you name them. So Mangele was born on a sick bed. I saw a vision of the revelation, the scripture called Revelation, when the angels and elders saw a vision. My mind, welcome connecting, was saying, I'm Little did I know what God was, instilling in me. I saw the vision today in the morning. I remember vividly Jeff, mama. if I'm not mistaken. But I know Kisharlele Pastor Jeff. And then I guess no Musharla Yona the following day Boshio and Melody came. Na, 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 na. Just like that. Baba Opola Mbatla Opola, I sang it for the first time, Kokrekeng. Yo, and God landed so much on the song. Rege Opola was Mama Sarir that day because of the worship. Yeah, Sunday sale. It was too much. The anointing was heavy, heavy. And that's how Manyole was born.
Oh, wow.
Ka 2014? Yeah, 13, 14.
And you've never recorded it before
No.
that? So on the DVD, that was when you were recording it?
Yes.
How did you salvage that song? Did you have to redo it in the studio?
No. You mean to save it? Yes, we redid it.
Because I know you went to meet Rand.
We redid it. Yo. But we overdubbed everything.
Everything, yes.
Usually the recordings are overdub lead. We overdub the backings, maybe an air, this and that. But from the overdub lead, like I had to get the raw audio, and every line.
Oh my God. Were you watching it on the screen?
No, I was listening to it, fella. I think it took me a week to get.
Because when I watched the clip, you know,
Inale.
yeah, but it seems like but that's if you only look closely.
You know what? You're over the Lydia album, it was funny. Moyo na nigwerga le job tag. And every times we like what is it? Which song? Hoshi Jeso? Yeah, Hoshi Jeso. In a little Marabodiama. In a this part when Kitarangi Bridge or what, I don't know what we call it. And we are dancing che, and Hollywood count. How about che by 4 by 3?
Because you had to, so that the visuals can also match it.
Exactly. We are no over double everything. It was strenuous, believe you me.
And did you play the song there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, I know it's a touchy subject, but you and Pastor Patu decided to, amicably so, decide on no, let's cut it here.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys are fine.
We are now okay. I can't go deeper into it, but let me just say we are okay. Besides everything else, the doctor, the brother to Patu, is a son to Bishop Matao, spiritually. So we somehow had to mend things and just, let this thing go. It was not easy.
Yeah.
It was not an easy route.
It
was not an easy chapter to close.
Yeah.
Trust me. We are human beings. There are times, Bukrasta watwa, and you have to be realistic with things.
But
you have to deal with matters.
Yeah.
Like or my emotion. I have to express it. Well,
it was heated that way.
No, some not, but some. I won't say it, trust me.
No, look.
I won't say it.
No, I think Pastor Patu, I only understood the story later.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the reason why the indemnity made you sign. That's why you read it.
Yes.
You read every page.
Yeah, I have to. Hey, once bitten, twice never.
Twice,
yeah. Really, we had to make peace and forgive each other. Even though it was not done formally, but we just had to let go.
Let go, no?
Yeah. Sometimes letting go of them, it's for your serenity, your peace. If you hold on to things,
no, can it?
It's
a cancer to yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That season, my family can attest. When I think I spoke to you several times, Kayon, I don't know if I even showed you the site. I was hospitalized. I dealt with stress leading to depression. Ke ne ke lo gafanyana.
No, 100%. From the DVD to there,
Yo.
you went through a lot, eh? So I consider you a very strong woman.
You think?
If you survive that, from the DVD and then these people passing on, now you're very strong, I must admit.
Yo, why mad?
That was a tough time.
True.
Eh?
I could honestly, 2018 for me became one stressful year. Calendar spetlele. One psychologist. I remember one psychologist, Lama Fela Romana, right? When I came here, I was like a psychiatrist. I was sure more than once I'm a psychiatrist. How long? I revive, Papa. So yeah, Mara, I had a backup your family. Bishop Matang were praying. Pastor Annie were praying. Yo, intercessors we're praying. I remember there were days where we would sit down, the Pastor Jeff, and we wouldn't know and we would just literally cry. And cry, literally. Pastor Jeff was crying. That was Mira. And honestly, ke wanna in two different views this thing. Bekisa fitla in the industry. Yampancha isn't. When I got up, I felt like God was preparing me for something so exhausting.
Didn't you feel like I should pursue my motor mechanic?
I told Bishop
diesel,
Madam, ask Chavi School. Go tinta. Ya miracle. We really check ma. Hello,
yeah.
Miracle. Trust me, I think. Hey, Amara,
this industry is tough, eh?
So you can, eh?
This industry is tough, eh?
And this friend of mine, he ILS in the paramedic industry, and there's other woman, how's why he had the BAA? Go guy. I was tempted to say, "En fait, zora Sylvia gawish." Kapela pela go be manjo Bishop Matsengo one like, "Obi check ma who called you?" And I sat down.
I want to grow up in a ambulance.
Nah. Oh, it's in Chile.
Yeah. Let's go to your music a bit.
Sure.
Like I told you, I'm a fan. Eh?
Thank you.
And my Manyeloi made me. I don't even remember you singing that song on the day. That's how stressful it was. How? Manyeloi it made me become a fan. So when I listen to you, I listen to Musimgu, I listen to Bushetel.
Yeah.
It's like, not vocally, but your gift.
Yeah.
Came to one. Like you guys, it seems like you're cut from the same cloth. It's like, you know, that why you got a relationship however, you know. So and I made sure I need to get these ladies. Before I move on, I need to get these ladies because you guys have got something special. So whatever you do, if I can give my 2 cents worth, don't stop, eh?
Thank you.
Greater things are coming.
Thank you.
They can only come.
And
Yeah, you went through the storm, so we're in the morning now.
You know what is happening? I was sharing this with someone. In fact, someone was telling me, or you know, how can I go to do when you say we don't literally hear or see you? And I can admit, the other day we just someone carry. I know I don't have the shots jam vocally. I know. Everybody will get it. I don't have those, you know, nice pipes and whatnot. But there's just, I feel what sustains me. It's the anointing behind the voice.
100%.
And Okwa, this woman was saying this, the prayers that you make in your secret place. Or when you voice out, record those prayers that you make in the secret place. So when you breathe those. And that's how it should be.
No, 100%. 100%. You're a dynamite, man. Don't ever forget that. This industry is tough. When you feel like you want to give up, remember me.
Yeah.
That song, Lufuna, my friend, I told him, did Mangelo. He loves it. And I went to one day, did you hear the new EP? No, that we must wait. I'm here. So, so everyone that I've introduced to your music, that's all. I don't know if you need to redo it. But, how are you coping in this male-dominated industry? And I say male, I'll tell you why. The only females, if you're not leading, you're doing alto or soprano.
Yeah.
Band, males.
Yeah.
Your manager, male. Producer, male.
Yeah.
However, you go to studio, it's a male mixing.
And I'm here.
Yeah?
And I'm here with you. Male.
Too much. So how are you coping? Do you think we'll get to a point where, like Beyonce did it, where the whole band is female? Or, must I dare say, a female producer or music director? Do you think we'll get to that point?
We have producers. We Little is a producer. She's a male.
No, but you know what
female,
I'm saying.
rather.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Bujetela still goes to a job tag.
Yeah.
Well, you know, she still goes to those people.
Yes, I hear you.
So, when are we going to get to a point where she goes to a fellow sister and say, hey,
let's do this.
Please interpret my music.
Yeah.
This is what I'm not saying they've got abilities. The question is, when are they going to come out? The MD is always a male.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a perception as people, this industry belongs to one. Let me just share this thing with you. Do you know I used to play keyboard and sing at the same time in my church?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I still have the skills. Every time I write a song, I'm holding my keyboard and with the little skill that I have, and it makes it easier for me to write.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this perception already producing, playing keyboards and blah, all those things, guitar, band, of which we got it all wrong. But I think Nakoyat, I say God, like as we go around, you can see what God is raising this young. The other day I was laughing. I was not necessarily laughing, but I was astonished. And the other time I saw some lady, I forgot her name, Adala bass. I'm like, but I think honestly, if you learn Nakoyat, and how do I cope? You know what? You adjust to it. Mm-hmm. You adjust. And that's why at the end of the day, we've got, like myself, I've got more of male friends than I do with females. Because honestly, if you check my people who are in my inner cycle, most.
And you're happy with it?
I'm okay. And I'm very
So you're not a feminist? They must go in.
Even if you do, if they don't want to, then there's nothing you can do about it. Firstly, you must have the zeal, the willingness to treat this thing. When I learned keyboard coach, we nearly desperate. I had to play and sing. What's the mic stand? Give me a mic more hanging. Yeah. And it was tough. And I had to step in.
Whoa. You said something. I think the willingness is there. I think the opportunities are a bit scarce. And one guy told me, I won't mention his name. He says, no, there's no woman who can handle being a producer and music director. It requires a lot, emotional strength.
No, I disagree. Level Mama Margaret. Is it Margaret?
Margaret.
Yeah. She does that perfectly. And it is that but that woman, I so wish if she sees this, I would love to go closer. So just sit with her and have a conversation with her. That woman does your wonders, Papa.
Yes, I've seen her go idols doing that.
Yes. But
that's a high level, obviously.
Yeah, that's why obviously I pray that someone share this thing to her ears.
To her ears.
I really would love to sit down, whether it's 5 minutes of her time.
We'll make things happen. That man here knows everyone. See that man?
My guy.
So your albums now, I remember your first album, The Battle Is Not Yours.
No, Tabakgolo.
Eh?
Tabakgolo.
Then Kgaogelo, and then what's like
When Grace takes
when
over.
Grace take over. Ke yona e ne na le manyeloi ka mogare, ne?
Yes.
And then, to be honest, I must agree with you. At that time, I thought, this woman, she's done. And you came back.
Yeah.
And then now you just did an EP. Zibonagalise.
Yes.
So now, before we go to it, you are predominantly booked in Polokwane.
Yeah.
Your gigs, that's why you don't move here. People don't move. People, you are booked that side, we know.
Please.
But you are very famous for Polokwane.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't know Kgaogelo Polokwane don't know Kere. Yeah, I'm telling you. So your bookings, I can run one posting.
Yeah.
Address one. I'll talk about we know that
Polokwane.
side. So and then you do Zibonagalise, and then it's a Zulu song.
Yes. Zibonagalise.
Yeah.
Language ka kereke.
Yeah.
Service ile on.
Ile on.
Yeah. Mama rapella batho.
Oh my word.
Really, dropile this weight. Zibonagalise. Jano dropa ke nana rawa. Sonse ropele. Jesu zibonagalise ulendao. Yagana, kosho yagana. And then the melody came. Nina na na. Nine. And kalebella. I get to rekai. Oh no, I think I saved it somewhere. Audio on in the mighty name of Jesus, because mama. Hey, I didn't know what it was a song to the Father or reveal yourself to these people. Come, Maralina. It was a preparation to what was about to come, the storm. I remember we recorded Pastor Jefferson alone.
Yeah.
And when we released it, he was no more.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like somehow Mudim was preparing me for a storm is coming. Wanak, prepare yourself.
Sure. I want to Bishop,
Pastor Jeff. Why he tell hard those two?
No, because there's no story you don't relate without mentioning their names.
There's no Kgaogelo without those two people, honestly.
Goodness. So the EP is coming out very soon.
Yes, we released the single Yayona, and I think soon. The plan was to release it end of March, but then we've got something that re-release. But I think either end of April or mid-May we'll release the full EP.
Now I thought when you're doing a Zulu song, you are appealing to the gatekeepers.
No.
I get about what you want. If you want your song to go, it must be Zulu.
That's how it came.
I'm just playing.
I know. I'm just and when I heard it, niggas know those other verses. What's up? Joseph Makol. He was like,
that guy's brilliant, eh?
Very.
And he's producing you now.
Yes.
That guy's brilliant.
You know what happened when I'm producing? He called Sudish, my manager, or Jerry. I want him to talk on how lawyers went after Pastor Jeff. Remember, Jerry Kanakwela was our lawyer, Kanakwela.
When the great separation was happening.
Mighty God. Really?
Yeah.
But I don't good. So, I put Jerry, or I want him to talk on how if not true. Then Jerry Barras, Joseph, Heketen, Luena Watson. And they both hopped in, and we are family. We are one. You won't separate us.
I know. Even those two, they're very close, eh?
So we hopped in. Yeah. It's me, Ki Jerry, Ki Joseph, Ki KG.
Yes. I remember when I was inviting you first for the podcast. Blue ticket, I think. Until KG, I go, no man, why is it? Jerry, it will happen. Maren, last year, let's make it happen. This year, he called me. Maren, yeah, make it happen on Monday. And here you are. Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah.
But are you planning? Are you still traumatized by DVD, or are you planning?
No, I'm healed. What's up, man? I had to let go and heal from it. Otherwise, I beg you, why?
Yeah, I know.
It's when I say it's a healing too.
Ne?
Yeah.
It's Bonalisa, ne?
Yeah.
Please, we're waiting for the EP.
Yeah.
I think Joseph Makola came. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I remember after I heard it, I can't find Nigeria. I found the KG.
Yeah.
Come on. I love it. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
You didn't lose your sound.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, so please, man, keep pushing. I'm a fan.
Thank
You know when
you.
you intervene, you're a fan. You intervene your, I'd say your idol, your a person you love. I love your ministry. I love what you do.
Thank you so
And I'm
much.
just a fan. So thank you very much for coming through.
Thank
But before you go,
you.
I need you to answer this for me. What would you like to see change in the gospel music industry?
Yo. Change. The expense was a now.
That will never change.
Let's first things first. I looked at the
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Number two. I've realized what in the gospel sector, it's just that's why I'm too reserved. Honestly, if you've noticed, I'm not. I ke ba reserved because ke tshaba ntho ya gore ga go lona nna le go motso ne ba bolela ka mama like you know what ke a tshaba ntho ela. If we can try and ask God or our teachers, gospel ministers to love one another genuinely, expecting nothing from each other, just that pure love. That cool, just to start there. Then
Which is what God is. That's why we're supposed to love.
and then complement one another. We shouldn't compete. Renal problem, our industry. We cannot
Oh my God.
also if voice out just secular code yo my man. Complement one another.
Yeah.
If Homoto did a show and I'm not doing anything anywhere, let me go sit down.
Yeah.
I was touched. Something as Dr. Tips David recording, and I saw a lot of artists. But never said they went and sat down. And Baba Naski Waboni, I received the message by Labora what happened, the ministry, and I was asking, no, and that really touched my heart. So if we can learn to compliment one another, support one another.
This competition is not necessary.
No, it's not.
Now we're taking time, but I need to ask you this. So this competition and hating on each other is there in gospel?
So there, it's not even hidden. It's everywhere on social media. It's bad. It's on social, and even people we call ourselves Christians. Marabalwa, Baba, Bafoshana can no pila social media.
My God.
And
this is gospel music.
We don't cover each other's weaknesses. Instead, we want people to know makwa abatu. What's that? Bible Corinthians. I'm an addict of the word. Love covers everything. Love covers all. Why can't we cover each other's weaknesses?
Exactly. It's bad. Hey, it's horrible. And if Kgaogelo was not born, Kgaogelo Kekana was not born, what would the world miss out on?
You're about to miss everything. You're about to miss everything.
Ne?
Everything that is here now, everything that I share with there are kids, especially Korai, who come to me, they'll just request or says and they wouldn't have an opportunity to hear the
100%.
insight.
Yes. Wow. Kgaogelo,
Yes.
I'm so happy I waited this long for you to come through.
Yeah.
But before you go, our podcasts, Renali, we've got sponsors here.
Okay.
We don't play. Sponsor, today you don't give me. This man. So we've got two gifts for you.
Oh.
This one, I get it was your birthday.
Yes.
Not so long ago.
Yeah.
So we're checking you, yeah.
But
we're true fans. So this is a gift from Little.
Thank
Get the
you.
body butter.
Oh, thank you.
Tasa omo tela omo for bathroom.
Thank
This from
you.
Little. And if you wanna order again, you must let us know. The body butter, the body what.
Okay.
I wanna know you're doing a DVD yesterday. You're tired. How
Yeah, I am.
bathroom or music.
Yes.
And this is from us, a small token of our appreciation. Maybe it's a hot and cold.
Oh, okay.
Yes, hot and cold.
So, accept the squeeze bottle.
Yeah. So if you keep your cold water overnight, ice is
Wow.
in winter. You can put your ginger gum.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes. Yes.
So this is from us to you to say thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
This is
much.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Kgaogelo.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for tuning in. You heard it first from our Kgaogelo. Other than that, thank you. Wow, thank you very much.
What a conversation.
What a conversation.